As you can see, this is Mathematics Paper 1, non-calculator foundation tier. This is one of the third space learning practice papers, and this was set 3. I'm not going through the whole thing. We've done this in class. This is just about question 24, which is one that I know that we haven't done this topic in class. Okay, so what we've got here. So the diagram shows position of 2 phone masts. We've got A and B. And then we have a scale for the diagram, being 1 centimetre represents 20 metres. It tells us that Lydia lives between 2 phone masts, A and B. She lives closer to mast A than mast B, but still within 80 metres of mast B. Now, straight away, I will look at that and I know, well, 80 metres is going to give me, if it's a ratio of 1 to 20, that means 80. Well, basically, I must have multiplied that by 4. So that means I've got 4 centimetres. Okay. So that is going to be 4 centimetres. Now, if I use the ruler and I mark off, I've got a line and I mark off 4 centimetres across to there, I'm going to get it wrong. Okay. Because of the rest of the question. And this is a common issue. We'll read part of the question, go, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. On the diagram, shade the area where Lydia could live and show all of your construction lines. So this tells me that it's not just marking a coordinate, it's an area. So it's not an exact thing, it's just an area. And this comes under the topic of loci, or loci, whichever you prefer, okay? And it's all about distances away from things. Okay. So when it says construction lines, generally we know we're going to need one of these. So we've got our compass there. Now, the first bit of information that we worked out was that she was going to live on the map, going to live within 4 centimetres of mast B. So I'm going to use my ruler, point on 0. I'm going to open up the compass to 4 centimetres, and then I'm going to draw an arc from point B. I'm going to draw an arc there. You can draw a full circle, but realistically, we're only interested in what's within the box. Okay. So she lives within 80 metres of mast B. So basically, she's got to live on this side of the line. Okay. But we also know that she lives closer to A than B. So we need to find a halfway point. And again, we could measure, find the halfway point and draw a line, but that's not what they're after. To show all of your construction lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw what they call a perpendicular bisector. So it's a line that splits this distance in 2 and is exactly at right angles. Now, I haven't touched the measurement on the compass, so if we were to check that, it would still be our 4 centimetres. And I'm now going to draw an arc from here, from point A, and you can see where it matches. Okay, now it crosses here and here, so the 2 arcs intersect. So we've got 2 arcs of 4 centimetres each, and they intersect there and there. So we know that if we draw a line between those 2 arcs, that line perfectly in the middle between those 2. Okay, and that is what we call a perpendicular bisector. Now, coming back to our original, we know Lydia lives closer to mast A than B, so she must live this side of the pink line, but she lives within 80 metres of mast B, and that was this arc here. So she lives to the left of this line, but to the right of this line. So what that means is that we know that Lydia lives anywhere in this area here. So we don't know exactly where she lives, and we've now done it. We've shaded the area, and I know some of you like a nice, clean, tidy work, but it says show all of your construction lines. So all the lines that you've used, keep them in place. Okay, and that's loci. I'll do another little video on those at some point in the future, but that's question 24, and I hope that explains it for you. Okay.